Good morning. It's Thursday, June 19th. Thank you so much for joining us on this edition of Wax Wake Up. I'm Natasha Sweet. Despite recent bombings and internal instability, Iranian leaders maintain they hold the upper hand against Israel and the U.S.
Telling the Iranian nation to surrender is not a wise thing to say. Wise people who know the region, the Iranian people and its history would never say that. Whom should we surrender to? Iran is not a nation to surrender.
Iran's rhetoric hasn't matched its actions, with a recently promised great surprise turning out to be a disappointment. Facing existential threats and pressure from Israel and the U.S., Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei insists the country will not surrender and can inflict irreparable damage. Meanwhile, Israeli strikes have weakened Iran's military and internal security, raising the possibility of regime change. President Trump has approved Iran attack plans on Tuesday, but still not ready to pull the trigger. A Los Angeles County supervisor has raised concerns about individuals impersonating ICE agents, potentially worsening tensions in the city.
My greatest fear is that if they're not IDing themselves, you're going to have imposters out there taking advantage of the community. And so I've reached out to ICE. I think it's important for us to communicate something that is not occurring, and it's across the board. And by the way, ICE doesn't trust, the federal government doesn't trust local to have their back.
Supervisor Kathryn Barger shared an anecdote about a staff member's godson being pulled over by men claiming to be ICE. This comes amid anti-ICE protests and controversy over ICE's use of masks during operations. Some Democrats have criticized the practice of concealing identities. Republicans argue it's necessary for officers' safety as a result of increased attacks. Legislation has even been introduced to criminalize publicly identifying ICE officers. The Federal Reserve has held interest rates steady despite increasing pressure from President Trump to ease monetary policy.
And so what it will take is confidence that inflation is coming down. Now, I would say without tariffs, that confidence would be building, because if you see what's happening with non-housing services and housing services, which are the other two big pieces other than goods, those are coming down really nicely now. So I think we have to learn a little more about tariffs.
The Fed's decision to hold rates at 4.25% to 4.5% comes after a two-day meeting. Chairman Powell cited a solid economy but acknowledged elevated uncertainty. President Trump has publicly criticized Powell and the Fed for not cutting rates, even summoning him to the White House to push for lower rates. This decision comes amid concerns of a possible recession after the economy contracted in the first quarter of 2025. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday morning. For more stories, be sure to head on over to our website and give us a follow on social media so you can stay in the know on all that's trending in politics. Have a great day.